Hey guys, this is Katie again.
Welcome back.
I just want to take the time to go over some of the gear that I have that I'm going to either be trying out or using in the White Mountains to snowshoe some 4,000 footers. And just as a disclaimer, this is my second time snowshoeing and this will be my third time returning to the Whites. So the first time actually in snow. So definitely a total newbie. I didn't really buy anything specific for this trip. I mostly used kind of everything that I already had on hand, so definitely it's going to be a trial and error experience, and I know doing a trial and error in the Whites is not always the best thing, but that's what I'm going for. So I guess I'll start with shoes first. So what I have for shoes is, these are brand new, these are Oboes. The Bridger, and I do have other like traditional hiking shoes that are Oboes and I really like them, and I do have other snowshoeing ones, but I figured that these are going to be more waterproof and might do a little bit better and be warmer for me than the other ones that I have that I might also bring along too. So just the Oboes Bridger ones. The other thing that I'm using for snowshoes, which I just also invested in, is these women's MSR Lightning Ascents. So I got this through a pro deal, and obviously I haven't used these either, but I will be using them at least 3 times this winter, so I can give kind of a review of how those go. And I also have micro spikes in here just from REI that I've used a couple, like one other time when I was snowshoeing before. I actually prefer using micro spikes versus the snowshoes, just because snowshoes are a lot harder to walk in and you do get like a better workout, but it's more tiring. And compared to these guys, these are a lot easier to walk because I can just throw them on the bottom of my snowshoes. And then I guess I'll do packs next. This is just a day pack. It's a Camelback. It's a Helena 22. I've had this for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking this one or not. It depends what I'm looking like gear-wise. And then the only other backpack that I have is my ULA Ohm, which I use to just backpack in. And I figured I'm gonna bring this guy along too because I might have some extra gear. I'm not necessarily like leading this backpack, this snowshoe, but I definitely want to make sure that I invited all of these people that are coming along with me, and I want to make sure that I have some extra like first aid and extra room to carry like an extra base layer and like hats and gloves and so forth, just so in case there is an emergency or risk of hypothermia, I have some of these extra tools in my bag. So we'll be bringing like a little bit of a bigger first aid kit just in case, because I am wilderness first aid certified. As far as like water and stuff like that, since I have my bag, I am bringing just it's not smart water bottle, but a liter, just in case I do need to filter water. I have the accessibility to just throw that on here. Now, being in the winter, you do have a risk of like having water freezing, so bladders and are not recommended. So what I will do with this is I will wrap a sock around it just to keep some insulation in it. And I also have a Nalgene. I only have one Nalgene, and I can't really filter unless I have like a water bottle, and I'll show you guys my filter later. But so that's why I'm bringing this, and typically you can get like a little sleeve on this. I don't have a sleeve. I've used a sock in the past, and that's like worked out fine for me. So that's just what I'm gonna use. Pack. Other things. So as far as clothing, which I feel like is a bulk of like what I have to show you guys, the last time I was snowshoeing, I snowshoed in like leggings, and then I had like actual snow pants on, and I was like sweating. I was down to like just a long sleeve shirt, not like a sweater like I'm wearing now, but like a long sleeve shirt and these guys, and I was like dripping sweat. And the most important part of snowshoeing is definitely regulating your body temperature, and you don't want to sweat, which I'm like terrible at because I just have a hard time pacing and like going slow. So I'm really gonna try to make that a priority this trip. So obviously I'm bringing snow pants, but that's maybe just in case I'm like walking around the lodge and stuff like that and I want to like mess around out in the snow. Like I'll have these pants just in case. Other pants that I have are just like I said, it's a trial and error with this lining system. So I was too hot before in those pants. So what I did do is, by a recommendation, I think I'm just gonna try out wearing Smart Wool base layer bottoms. They're leggings, and I also have the quarter zip too. This is the only Smart Wool or like wool base layer I have. All the other stuff is like spandex or polyester mix blend. So I think I'm probably going to end up wearing this and just true hiker trash fashion and wear these base layers the whole time. I don't know what blend they are, but they're just like Smart Wool leggings. It's that you can just like get at REI. So yeah, I'll probably be wearing this and trying that out just because the wool will absorb the moisture a little bit better if I do happen to sweat. And then I do have just like a Marmont hiking pant that I could zip off, like bottoms that I could use like over the pants if I really need another layer. And then on top of that, if I will have some rain pants that I got from Eastern Mountain Sports, and these are completely like Velcro off the side. Someone also recommended that they like to wear just like a base layer legging and then these heavy duty pants where if I do get too hot, I can just like unzip them and I don't even have to take off my snowshoes. So I think that's what I'm gonna try out, and you do want to be a little bit colder. So I will have 2 layers on my bottoms, and I'm just day hiking, so I don't have to like worry about anything else. And as far as that, and then I guess I have a rain jacket, just an outdoor research rain jacket that I'm gonna have to windproof, things like that I could keep on over. And then I also have some gaiters that I just got that from REI brand because I didn't have any that fit my legs. So I have these guys that I just bought that I'm going to put over either my leggings or my rain pants. And then also I guess I'll just go over gloves because these are here. So I have some Smart Wool Merino 250 gloves that I also just got. They're touch compatible, so if I wanted to film I could like not take completely off my glove system. So I have these guys. And then the other thing is, I don't know what brand this is, but I got these when I was skiing up in Vermont. My fingers were like freezing because it was like 0 degrees on Killington. So these are actually mittens and they're super fuzzy inside. So actually pretty tight. But so I will be having mittens, and they have this cool little strap, so if I don't want to wear them, I could just like put them if I needed to like grab my phone or anything. I'd have accessibility to that. Some other clothes that I'll probably be bringing is this Mountain Hardwear, just like a fleece layer, just in case I do get cold or like up at summits or we stop moving, I could throw that on. And I do have some down jackets that I'm gonna bring with me. My first backpacking jacket, I tried to save some money, so I just have like the REI, I think it's like $6.50 down jacket that I use, and now they have like a 2.0 out, but this is my OG one, so I will probably bring that. And I also just got this guy, but this is the Montbell X Light Down anorak. So I got that too that I'm going to be bringing along. That's what I was filming my last video in. I haven't really tried it out too much. The tags are still on it. And then I will bring that with me, and most likely I don't foresee hiking in either of those things. I'll probably just have them in my bag, because as soon as you stop or like you get up to exposed terrain like above tree line, then it gets you're obviously more exposed to elements like the wind and all that stuff. And then I can throw that on if we like stop or anything, just to keep warm. Some other like random things that I have is I'm just gonna bring some like assorted leggings. Now these aren't wool or anything, so I might try them out one day and then end up not liking them. And I also have these like James kitten pants that I got off of Amazon that are insulated and waterproof and stuff like that. Now I did wear these the last time I was backpacking in November, and I was like sweating, like I was so hot. So I might give them another try, but they do get damp from my sweat, and then like they weren't drying out. Like I was pretty cold. And then I do have like another REI quarter zip, but like I said, it's not down or anything, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna try that. And I have some like other like random quarter zips or just like long sleeve tees that are like not a specific brand that I've used in the past with snowshoeing as like just a long sleeve top, and have used that. Other things, someone recommended like ski socks. I did not get ski socks, but I did get these Smart Wool mountaineering socks. So I'm gonna give them a try, and I also have just like random Darn Toughs, and I will keep an extra pair or two in my bag just in case like I get back to the car and my socks are wet. I can like change them out, and then in case for any reason they get wet while I'm hiking, I have an extra pair to keep warm. As far as hats and stuff go, I just have a balaclava, a Smart Wool that I'll bring just in case, and then I just have like a homemade knit hat that somebody made me, and then another one just in case one happens to get wet from like hiking uphill. It'd be really nice to have something dry to throw on when I get back, when I'm on my way back. And I also have just like a buff that I keep around my neck to keep that warm if I'm not wearing the balaclava. And then just like random assorted things that I will be bringing that I'll show you guys. Obviously like my trekking poles, and you put the snow baskets on the bottom of that. So I have those guys. I'm actually going to be bringing my spoon and my little pot and a fuel canister and some lighters that are in there, along with my stove, just in case there is a greater risk of hypothermia, and like I said, just to carry some extra stuff to be safe and precautious, in case someone is experiencing hypothermia. Then I have like snacks like ramen or like hot chocolate that I could heat up, so that way it could warm them up internally, because that will warm up the rest of their body. And like I mentioned before, I have just a filter, a Sawyer, that I'll be bringing along just in case. I do have little fire starters that I was going to bring just in case, like I said, of an emergency. I'm not bringing a shelter or anything because, like I said, we're just like day hiking, and there's about 4 of us. And this is the first aid kit I normally use when I'm backpacking. It's not much in there, and I'll just bring this extra bag of some stuff just because other people will be coming with me. And like I said, I'm wilderness first aid, but it's good to always have extras and things like that. Probably some hot hands and some toe warmers if I can get my hands on them. A pack liner, and then a compass that I don't really use that much, especially hiking the AT. Probably a sit pad if we do sit down and it's like snowy, then I can at least keep warm a little bit on my bottom. And then I do have my White Mountain map, which I'm not where the peaks are kind of up in the air, but it's definitely looking like Tom, Field, and Wiley. And then maybe the Hancocks and maybe like another mountain range depending. And I'm staying, I didn't mention this, but I'm staying at the Shepley Lodge by the AMC Highland Center at Crawford Notch. And then the only other thing I kind of just have like snacks and stuff, I do have some green bellies that are left over from this fall. I have like little jerky sticks and some like peanut butter packets. Now most of the stuff, like if it's really cold out, it's gonna be like rock hard, so I'll probably try to keep it like on me as a person, something like close by, so that way it doesn't get like frozen or anything, so I could easily eat it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all of my gear that I'm gonna bring. Like I said, I've never snowshoed in the White Mountains, so this is kind of going to be a trial and error, and I definitely probably have too much that I need. And like I said, I'm probably gonna be hiker trash, and if something's working, I'll probably just stick to that, and then maybe when I get back, invest in some other stuff. But I'll definitely try to do a follow-up video about what ended up working for me. And I definitely am going snowshoeing, like I said, at least 2 more times in the Catskills of New York this season. So yeah, I mean, I definitely have some time to figure out what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. So, but if you guys have any questions, you can drop them below. I'd be more than happy to follow up on them. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm excited to get out there and to start hiking. So see you guys out.